like to thank everybody for checking out my channel. This video here is the basics of spirituality as it pertains to our current physical lives, incarnation, etc. The divine and the divine realms. What is the divine? I suppose it would be what people would call God, but I don't believe that there's actually gods. It's a consciousness like we are. It's a collective consciousness is the most likely answer to what is the divine. So when we get to the other side, we'll deal with higher level beings, and we'll deal with the whole myriad of beings here. These are all part of the divine. Like, it's not a thing, it's not a guy, it's not a sword wielding or whatever. It's not a guy at all. The divine is an energetic consciousness, but it's a collective consciousness, a growing consciousness. The other side is peace, love, harmony, and who knows what else we have to do over there. Our lives go on. So in terms of a god or gods or multiple, or whatever, I don't believe that that's the case. I believe that it's 100% energetic frequency. It's an energy. I believe that it's constantly expanding, and we're part of that expansion. Our souls come here to learn. On the other side, we're just energetic consciousness, balls of light, or whatever it is we choose to show ourselves as for whatever reason or purpose that we have. I wouldn't get into knowing anything about the other side, and I don't know that it would be all that helpful, to be honest. So I don't try to worry too much about what's going on over there. I want to know, what can we do here? On the other side, I'm sure there's infinite ways of learning. This is just one modality with a certain set of variables that works within a certain grand frequency that fits all the life within it, and also develops different levels. So that's the purpose for coming to Earth, or I would call it Earth School. And based upon the frequency and the variables within that frequency, we're able to construct the lessons that we all need, both communally as well as personally. So this is done through spiritual laws, and I'll get into that in a bit. But basically our goal is to come down here and learn. So we are put into our earthbound bodies. These bodies are biodegradable. They do not go home with us. We all know that. So you should look at them as a vessel, not as all there is. In fact, your brain isn't sitting here telling you what to do. Your consciousness is telling your body what to do. The consciousness is what leaves. You don't lose your thoughts. You don't lose your experience. You don't lose any of this. When you go to the other side, everything in your thoughts, everything you've done, all of your experiences, that's what goes home with you. So the thought of it being the brain, and that we're these animals that are running around and there's no spirituality, it just isn't accurate at all. We're all here for a different purpose. We're all learning, but we're all learning in a different way. Earth School is basically what houses all the variables that work and combine into our life experience for our reason, our purpose, ultimately, of learning the lesson spiritually, and then we go home. Here, we have these physical lives that don't translate over. It's kind of like if you quit a job, the politics of the office are no longer applicable because you don't show up there. Same as here. So, in order to function here, we need our bodies. And our bodies, like I said, we're energetic, and our bodies are supposed to be here on the ground. So we are grounded to the planet through our bodies. They're dense enough for us to interact within this realm. What a physical existence provides is the ability to combine dark and light energy. And you're, for whatever reason, matching the two. And so, well, I say for whatever reason, but the reason is so you have the variables. You can't have variables if you only have one side of an equation. You have two sides of an equation, everything's mathematical. So once we identify that the lessons that we need are found at Earth School, here we become a frequency that's loaded into a physical body. And so our frequency is altered through our character. So as our character goes, most notably what you do in the dark when nobody's looking, that's your basement. And then we all have a high potential. So if you're living in the basement, the potential doesn't matter. So our goal in life to up our frequency is to raise the floor. That gives us more potential, which actually is more potential for all the great things that everybody wants to manifest. More money, more time, more freedom. These are things we have to earn. That's why we're here. Some of us have tougher life paths that we're trying to get through, things that don't even have anything to do with that. So there's not really any way to know what we've signed up for, but we assuredly came here in agreement with this mission. And it is for our soul's growth. What we understand at this level is nothing in terms of what we understand on the other side. So a lot of people say, oh, do you think I would choose this, that, or the other thing? You don't know what's on the other side. We are here in a limited capacity for what we are as human. On the other side, we have a lot more ability to understand the hows, the whys, and this type of thing. I wouldn't have chosen any of my difficult lessons either. I don't believe anybody would have. So there's your answer in and of itself. You had to sign up for it because you wouldn't choose it. That's the exact motivation behind doing it. And so we're all in the same boat. Every suck thing that happens to us, everybody that stabs us in the back, everybody that, or every tough bill we've got, or every physical ailment, relationship breakups, jobs gained, jobs lost, the whole myriad of the human experience. These are the teachers of all the lessons, mostly the physical experience, our five senses, but I'd say more so found within our emotional ability to regulate ourselves. I believe that's one of the main reasons why we're here, is the lesson that we're all living and all different perspectives. And this is how, in overview, we learn as a community, and the divine learns more and more about these type of worldview lessons. So they create them for whatever reason. And we're here living our lives. The funny thing is that you'll see all the crazy things going on, politics, good, bad, the ugly, wars, this kind of stuff. Those are all frequency levels that we are all in mathematical accordance to. So why Earth, the planet? Why Earth? Earth is, as a ball in the sky, doesn't really mean anything. What it does mean is that it has the right atmosphere to hold the right variables to create the lesson-based world that we're living in. Everything is within mathematical precision of where we're supposed to be, to put the right pressures, to put the right situations, to put the correct mountains to climb in front of us. We understand the science behind atmospheres and gravity and air and airflow and everything. This is what our basic standard physical science is based upon. However, within that world, we also have the spiritual elements linking in, and that's where you get the spiritual laws. A lot of people are saying everything about the law of attraction. I don't understand. I've never understood the workings of that in how it's taught. It is part of the system, but it's not an entire system in and of itself. It's not a God. It's a law, not the law. The law that overrides that is by far karma. So you'll have your divine contract that when you agreed to come here that specifies all the lessons you're going to hit. What's going to get you on that? Mathematical precision. So our physical life, everything in this life can be mathematically deduced. And there's an equation for everything. So that also carries over into our lessons. Our lessons are designed for us to hit the right places at the right time. These things are happening in order to shape our frequency. Our frequency is shaped through the control of our emotions and our chosen actions. And our chosen actions are the most important. However, it's all mathematical precision. We just don't see it in that light. Those that are above us, meaning where we come from, they know how this works. They can break everything down. Everything. The entire construct of the entire universe can be broken down. Everything about it. So there's not anything that we do at any second in our life that we're free from. You're not getting away with anything. All you're doing is putting yourself back. Or what? The one commandment. Thou shalt not invoke thine will on another. This simply means leave other people alone. They already have a divine path with a divine contract. When we step into the middle of that, that's where we have severe problems with karma. We have karma for ourselves. We mess up, we figure it out. We put our hand on a hot stove, we learn not to do it. These are common karmic mistakes, things that we do to ourselves. So we can screw up our lives a million ways and just get karmic redirection. It's when we take somebody else off their path that we get ourselves in between a soul and the divine. Divine contract. Divine life path. All the ripples of what that person is supposed to do, help, and become, it can't be taken offline by other souls. This is where severe karmic debt is incurred. Our goal in life is to come here and learn and leave others alone. And it really isn't that hard if you put it together. That means no manipulation, no robbing, stealing, thieving, backstabbing, and obviously the far more heinous crimes. This is not why we're here. We're here to expand. We're here to ascend. Worrying what other people are doing with their lives is not ascension. Ascension is the ability to control your emotions and worry about your own. And get up and put the actions in to build your life instead of getting up and putting the actions in to destroy somebody else. So basically our goal is this. We come here to be responsible to the truth. And we do that by balancing out our lives. What's the reason? The whole answer to life. The answer to life is that the truth is the frequency of the divine. That's the measuring stick that gets us out of here. You can only climb the truth to get back home. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my book and my website. The book is called Truth, the Frequency of the Divine, and my website is guardianspiritualadvisor.com. And if you want to help out, I have the donation tab available as well. I'd like to thank everybody for checking it out.